another exciting episode of the Million Dollar Peddlers. I'm Papergoy.
And I'm Mr. Magazine.
And to anybody new to the channel, I'm Papergoy. I sell out of my house, have a day job, roughly 40,000 items between eBay and Amazon, and it's a grind, but we're doing it.
I'm Mr. Magazine with the big warehouse, 15 employees, and about 500,000 items.
So we got a chalkboard behind us. I see you did some artwork on there. It looks like, you drew a clock over there.
Yeah. Well,
nice.
I thought there were arrows just painting to me in the sky.
It could be that as well. You're the one that drew it, not me. So today we're going to be talking about listing. And basically this comes up because somebody commented, and do comment down below on all of our videos. We do our best to answer them. Also hit the like button. That would help the channel as well. Did ask in the comments, they get I guess I'm on their favorite seller list. So they get a list of all the various items that I list and everything like that. And I'm listing at 5 o'clock in the morning Eastern time. And they asked if there was, and I put everything up for auction, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
And they asked if there was a reason why I did that, if there was a method to my madness. Have I found in my studies that things sell better at that time, et cetera, et cetera.
Sure.
And I said, no, not at all. It probably is absolutely a terrible time to list, to be quite honest with you. But around my day job, it's the most convenient time for me to list, is in the morning before I go off to the day job. I've got a little bit of time to get some stuff up.
Yeah.
And it kind of prompted me to think about this. There are good times to list. There are bad times to list, obviously. 5 o'clock on a Tuesday morning may not be the best time to list. We used to talk in the old days that, Sunday evenings were the best time for auctions. After football, after the 1 o'clock games, great time to list, et cetera, et cetera. Do you have any employees working on Sunday afternoons?
No, before the game, about an hour before game time kickoff, they're out of here.
And those aren't even listers, are they?
Either both, list or pullers.
Oh, you do have listers on Sundays, right? Yeah. So unless you wanted to pay the dime per item to schedule it, are you going to be able to get things realistically listed after game time?
No, and that's not worth it. Especially if we're listing 1,000 items a day, you're talking about $100 a day to schedule it. Definitely not worth it.
Yeah. So you're willing to put them up and have them end at maybe not the most opportune times as far as what the studies show.
Yeah.
Because do you know why you're willing to do that and why I'm willing to do that?
You're going to tell us.
Yes, I am. Can you sell the item if it's sitting in the corner?
No.
Can you sell the item if it's listed?
Yes.
It's better to have it listed than not listed. And if that means that with my schedule, the only time I can list it is, oh my gosh, I woke up and I wasn't able to sleep and I'm listing it at 2 o'clock in the morning on a Thursday.
Right. Yeah.
At least it's getting listed.
Right. And if it's in demand or a trending item, they're gonna no matter what time the auction's going, someone's gonna find it, someone's gonna want it, or they'll click to watch the item. So I mean, I've never been concerned with that at all. Ending at a certain time or.
Well, the other side of it as well is we are both long tail sellers. When you have an item for eBay, what do you do with it first? How do you list it first?
Auction,
yeah. Right. So what ends up happening when it doesn't sell, or if it doesn't sell at auction?
Then we just relist it into the store.
Yep. Yeah. And the store is available 24/7.
Yep.
So a year from now, when somebody buys something, they have no idea whatsoever, nor do they care that it was listed on a Saturday at 1 o'clock in the morning. They have no idea whatsoever because it's been running whenever. Yeah. So the only time it could potentially hurt you a little bit is with the auction side of things.
Right.
And I guess the other side is if we sat there and we did studies, or we found out for certain that this given item can go for 20% more on a Tuesday at 7 o'clock at night, well, then we would pay the dime to schedule it.
Right. Sure.
I mean, if we absolutely knew without a doubt that, oh my gosh, this is definitely going to raise the price by, more than that dime, we would do so.
Right.
But all the time of doing this, well, let me ask another quick question. When you list something or other at auction, are you the king of the 99-cent auctions?
No, never. I think I tried that like 20 years ago. Didn't work out. I wasn't very happy when it ended. Yeah.
So what do you price it at auction? What's your starting bid?
We would do minimum $9.99, $10.99, something. Never less than that.
Right, but you also base it off of what you think the item is worth.
Right, correct. Yeah. So the cheapest would be that, but yeah, the item could be $50, $1,000, whatever.
Yeah. So say you have $1,000 item. What are you starting that at?
$1,000 or a little under even.
Yeah, so you're not starting a $1,000 item at $9.99. Right. Yep, and that's exactly the point as well. We both run it through auction first to get visibility, because you get visibility when it's listed. You get visibility when it's almost done, the ending soonest.
Right.
And then you get visibility again when you put it into the store for a newly listed. So you get 3 things of visibility, and depending upon where you're listing it at, you even can list it for free into the auction.
Right.
Some categories cost us 15 or cost me 15 cents. It may cost you different on your plan.
Yeah.
But a magazine would cost me 15 cents. For 15 cents for the extra visibility, I think it's definitely, that's money well spent.
Yeah.
And I do same as you. I price it at close to what I think it's going to sell for. I do take offers on the auctions as well, which means that if I put it up and you want it, I've done my research, and it's a $25 item. I price it at $25. You offer me 20.
Yeah.
And I've seen they sell for 15 to 20, regularly. Yeah, I'll take the $20 offer as well.
Sure.
So in that instance, it really doesn't harm me any by having started at the time that I started at, because for all 7 days that I list it, somebody other could make me an offer on it as well.
Yeah.
So there's a saying out there.
Early bird catches the worm.
There is that saying. I have heard that before.
That's why you list so early.
There you go. Wow, look at you. Somebody woke you up today. Wow, nice. There's a saying out there that the enemy of the great is the good enough. And that is true. However, for most of the things that we list, good enough is truly good enough.
Yeah.
If we did a perfect listing with 12 perfect, we had Annie Leibovitz come in and take our pictures for us.
It'd be nice. Yeah.
It would be nice.
Yeah.
But they're absolutely perfect pictures versus the pictures that I take with the CZUR Scanner. It's probably not going to add, for 99% of the items, it's not going to add a lot of extra value.
They know
to
what
it.
they're getting, unless it's condition sensitive or something, where they're going to grade the card or comic or something like that. Then they want some close-ups or something. But yeah, I agree.
Yeah, so good enough is generally good enough for the things that we're selling.
Yeah.
You could sit there and, I got Annie Leibovitz taking the picture.
Right.
I've got who's a Stephen King crafting the description for me.
Yeah.
I'm paying thousands of dollars to each of them to do this, and my item, instead of going for $24.99, goes for $25.25.
Yeah, or $21.99. Yeah, I mean, I get on my employees all the time. You missed this little, tidbit in the description. You're missing something here. It should be a little better description. Double check it, make it sound better. Then I look at other people's, and it's like they don't list anything, and it's still selling. Like, it's very blah. You won't even say anything. Like, say it's a magazine. For example, I was telling you about the Ring magazine. A person had up on eBay, and they just said the month, the year, and Ring magazine. Didn't describe. It could have been Ali on the cover. It could have been Joe Louis, and they did not put them on there. And they were selling them for $10, $15. And, mine might go for 15 to 20, but still no big deal. But a big difference in description.
Was that something I listed back in 2008? Because that sounds like the way I was listing stuff back then. Exactly. Even then, though, I would have at least listed who was on the cover.
Yeah, why would you not? It's crazy.
Yep. So, obviously, if you've got, something or other that needs to be sold, and you need to put a lot in the description, take the time to do that.
Yeah.
But don't take the time to write a novel on a $12 item either. That's definitely not worth it either.
No, exactly.
A $12 item is a $12 item, and if I've got a pile of 4 McDonald's Happy Meal toys, exquisitely handcrafted, and no, it's a Happy Meals toy. That's exactly what it is. Exactly. You're going to get what you're going to get for it. I don't care how. The only exception to that would be if you became known for writing descriptions like that, and people seeked your items out in order to read them to draw traffic. Maybe if that's your draw and your hook, that's a different story. Yeah. But for 99.9% of the sellers out there, a Happy Meal toy is a Happy Meal toy is a Happy Meal toy. It's got Flash Tasmanian Devil. That's what it has on it. How are you going to possibly describe it beyond that?
I have a feeling we're going to hear those words in the future.
I hope so. So hit the like button. Do comment down below on when you list and why. But again, I think the lesson to be learned out of this is listing it at all is more important than worrying about exactly when you're listing it. Right. Because you can't sell it if it's not listed, and it is a numbers game on eBay. The more items you have listed, the more chances you have to sell things.
True.
We will see you next video.
Take care. Bye-bye.